Hello and welcome to Future Husband Diaries. My name is Maswanda and I hope that you are liking the content that we've been setting out. Like, subscribe and share it with other people that you think will benefit from all this. Let's grow this community. Let's make it bigger so that we can have a community that we can get back to, a community of women that are there for each other, community of women that are there to build each other up, a community of women that is there for one another. So in order for us to grow that community, you need to like, subscribe, and then share it with someone else that you think will benefit from all of this. But if you're a new subscriber, you can also join in the club. Welcome. So, welcome. Let's just dive right into it. So, I was listening to the song. It's now my new favorite song this week. New favorite song. I think I've played it so many times. You know, when it comes to music, I always play music when I'm cleaning. When I'm bathing, that's when I really listen to music. And this one, it really, it resonated with me. I could really feel that song. Yes. The song is Atta by Lainey Wilson. It made me think, okay, whenever someone is going through a tough time, whenever you hit a wall, whenever you get to something else, it's usually hard for women. You be like, girl, you did so well, but we do it, right? But then we never really trust that whatever they're saying really is true. Maybe you be like, oh, maybe they're doing it to be fake. Maybe, like there's so many negatives in the female friendships that I don't want to really get into. But then there are some people, your ride or die, that are there for you. And when they say, you did so well, it's sort of like you want to cry. And for me, it's usually my mom. When she tells me that I did so well, when she says she's so proud of me, it's really like, I really feel it. I really understand because she knows me. She knows exactly who I am. And everywhere she says that, it's not something that is just being fake and what, but it's someone who really means what she's saying. We really need to get that kind of people in our lives. We really need to have those kind of people that are there to hype us up. They are there to, to tell you, what, girl, you did so well. You're good. We really need that. So that song was like that for me. It was like the pick-me-up that I needed. The reason is when I am now looking at the purpose and all the things that I think I should have attained by now. Because when I was a young person, I used to say, when I grow up, I'm going to be this. When I grow up, I'm going to be this. When I grow up, I want to be this. Now I'm grown, right? And I'm looking back at my life and and then I'm like, I have not achieved the things that I wanted to achieve. I have not done any of the things and my life seems to be stagnant. My life seems to be what? And then I say, I have not done anything with my life. I have not attained my purpose and it starts to depress me. But when I'm now looking at it, the reason why maybe at that time as a child, I was looking at it to be like, oh, I'll attain this, I'll attain that, and I'll attain that, right? But then as an older person now, as now I'm grown, yes, when I'm looking at it, I feel like all the things that I've been through, I feel like, no, I haven't attained my journey. I'm still going towards something, or the things that I have attained in life, I look down on and say like, the feeling that I was supposed to get when I got there, I was supposed to feel fulfilled. I was supposed to feel this hole that I have and therefore be so happy about where I am. But how come I'm not feeling like? Then I start to doubt. But then it came to me, I truly understand it now, that your purpose doesn't have to be the same purpose as the next person next to you. You might be growing up in the same area. You might be growing up in the same house. You might be growing, everything. You might have all the same resources, but you're not the same person as the other person. Their dreams, they are not the same. So number one, stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop comparing yourself to other people and looking at your life and feel like your life is insignificant. That's the other thing that made me stop going on Instagram for a while. It's been 2 years, I think, since I was on Instagram. The reason is I was looking at all my peers. I was looking at all the people that are in my age, the people that I had been with, growing up with, looking at their life, posting their perfect life story, and I didn't have that perfect life story to post. Then at the end of the day, I was like, you know what, let me just remove myself from that. But then, even though I had removed myself from that, I still, the mentality that I had, it still was that kind of negative mentality. So I want to reshift my mind now to say, my purpose doesn't have to be the same purpose as someone else. My purpose doesn't have to be the same as the next person, or what I thought it would be like 10 years ago. Where I am now, I should be proud. I should say, girl, you have achieved this at this point. I'm so proud. And look at all the small wins that I've actually gained, all the small wins or the big wins that I've actually gained to be where I am, and celebrate those. We tend to forget to celebrate the little wins in life. We'll be like, I'm going to celebrate later. I'm going to celebrate later. And then at the end of the day, you find that like 5 years has passed and you haven't really celebrated yourself. 10 years has passed and you haven't really celebrated yourself because you are waiting for that big win. And once you get that big win, it doesn't feel like how you thought it will feel. So you do not celebrate it either way. At the end of the day, you do not celebrate who you are in the process. And it starts to make you feel depressed along the way. So what is it that I'm saying? Let's celebrate the small wins in our lives. Celebrate the things that you have accomplished. Starting that business, doing that, having that 1 cell, having 10 cells, putting yourself out there, doing things that is, you think, this is my purpose. This is what I want to achieve in life. And celebrating whatever comes. It might not look exactly how you are imagining it. It might not come exactly how you imagined it. But then at the same time, celebrate those small wins. Have that kind of mentality to say, I'm going to celebrate where I am in my life. I'm going to be happy where I am in my life. And I'm going to make the most out of all of those things. Because if you do not do that, you get to a point, a lot of people, especially like people who go and who have jobs that they don't really like. You have a job, every month in, month out, you're getting that salary, you're saving that money, that after I've saved it, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to buy that, that's what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, so that, at the end of the day, I feel like I have attained that. But that journey, for you to attain that, it will take maybe like 5 years for you to save enough money to buy that big thing. At the end of the day, you start to resent that kind of job that you have. You start to resent the people around you because, or you get to that point where you have saved enough money. It has taken you like 5 years and you have saved enough money for you to attain that. And it doesn't feel enough. Once you get that car that you've been saving for 5 years, it doesn't feel enough because you want that car to bring you the happiness that you were supposed to have in those 5 years. You want that car to fulfill all the void that you had for 5 years. It's not going to be the same. That car is not going to be able to do that. That car is going to bring you that happiness for that same time. Maybe you have like a happiness for like a month, but it will not carry you for 5 years. It will not do that. So what is it that I'm saying? Throughout those 5 years that you're saving for that one thing that you have for that car, take yourself to brunch. Be there for yourself. Get whatever you get that money at the end of the month or end of the week, end of 2 weeks, whichever way you get your money, or end of the day. Just take a little bit, spoil yourself, celebrate those small wins. It doesn't have to be you using that money. It just has to be you reprogramming your mind, your mentality into saying, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to celebrate this. I attained this. I managed to do this. You celebrate yourself. Dance. If you want to dance, playing music, do something. Get that cake that you want to eat and eat it, so that at the end of the day, you do not resent the whole journey. You do not resent the whole process of it all. But at the end of the day, even if that car takes you for like a month of happiness, it was still okay, because you do not resent how you got it. You do not resent because you celebrated the small wins along the way. The reason why most of us become so depressed is because we have a purpose that we have in life that we want to achieve, and we are not achieving it. But then we sort of like forget that it's not really for you to attain your purpose. It's not about you getting there. It's also about the journey. The journey for you to get where you are going really also is important. You need to look at that journey and be happy in that journey, because if you're not happy in that journey, I'm telling you, it's going to be even more depressing for you. I remember I had a job that I actually had to let go of, not because of any, but because of the whole journey of it all for me to get to the month end. And it wasn't really for me. It was actually depressing me even more. So I actually had to step away and move away from that purpose and change the way I am looking at life and reevaluate the whole goal. What is it that I want to achieve by staying here, by staying in this environment where I'm not happy? What is it that I want to achieve? Is it worth it for me to stay here, or is it not worth it for me to stay here? That is a question that you might ask. And if you find yourself that it's not worth it, you are allowed to move on and shift yourself and repurpose your life so that you attain the things that you want to attain in life. Because I remember when I was young, I used to say, when I grow up, I want to run a non-governmental organization. I want to run a non-profit. I want to help people out, I had that in mind. But then in my mind, I was like, I'm going to attain money first. And then when I attain money, then open that NGO. But the whole journey of it all, what I've discovered is it has taken me, like a little bit of flip side, because now it came in a way that I never imagined as a child. Because what happens is I'm now part of this community project where we do feeding schemes like on Wednesdays and on Sundays. We do like Bible studies, and it came in a church side, we are doing this. And you'll be like, but this is not what I wanted. God, when I was praying, I wanted to have like a non-governmental that's helping like 1,000 people. That's helping like 1 million people out there. But you know what? We feed about, during the week, the numbers are bigger. We feed about, let's say 50, 60 people, right? And children were like, okay, let's say about 100 people that we are feeding, or 150 people that we are feeding during the week, and about 20, 25 on the weekend. At first I was like, this is not what I was praying for, God. I prayed for a non-governmental organization. I prayed for what? But then I realized that the journey, for me to get there, I want to get there someday. I'm still not, that is still my purpose to get there, but I am enjoying the journey that I am right now. How good it is when just one person tells you how much they are grateful for the things that you have done. One person shows you like, I'm so grateful for this and that. It really is enough for me. I don't know how when it gets to like 500 people, but I feel like this is where I am supposed to be. I am supposed to learn something in the journey. I'm supposed to celebrate the little things in life. I am supposed to celebrate that one person being grateful for me waking up in the morning and moving all the things aside of my life so that I can focus on them. And that one person really is grateful. I feel like it's doing something to me. It is making me, make that whole journey be how, I would never have imagined. It is way, way more than what I actually imagined as a person. Sometimes God shifts you, from the mentality that you think, how you think you're supposed to gain something, and God like shifts you in a way, in your eyes, you might be thinking, this is not really my purpose. My purpose, I want to be on the stage. I want to be preaching to a million people. I want to be the next Priscilla Shire. I want to be but God shifts your mentality for you to learn something in that journey, and you just focus on one person and listening to you, one person gaining something from you. Truly, at some point, that really is enough for you. That's all you have to look into. Pray to God that He lets you get the purpose that you're supposed to have, and you have the kind of feeling that you're supposed to. It's not about a lot of people looking at your life and envying your life. That's not your purpose. Your purpose is not for people to envy your life, but your purpose is for you to do something impactful, even if it's impacting one person in your life. That truly is enough. We should really redefine our purpose. I'm not saying think small. You can think big, you can dream big, but celebrate that one person that is being impacted by the work. One person that really, you feel like my purpose is just this one person. That truly is enough. You do not have to have a life that is Instagrammable. You do not have to have a life that other people can envy out there. You do not have to have a life whenever people look at you, be like, yes, this is the life that you want to achieve. That life that you have right now, that can be your purpose. You can have that impact even if it's just one person. That's all that I had. That's all I wanted to say. Then there is something, there is some things that are written down here, but I'm just going to look at it. So, to you, when you are talking about success, what are the things that come to mind? At first, before, when I was young, I used to have success to me was material things. But then I found that I think I'm the worst person, when it comes to that. I do not dream about material wealth. I do not dream about all of those things. It's not because I don't want to attain it. I really do want to attain it. But to me, that's not how I would look at success. Success is about the impact that I'm having to the next person around me, the impact that I'm bringing to the community around me, the impact that I'm bringing to the next person. That is how I would define success. And just challenging you to look into that. Yes, you might attain all that money, but if it's just for you, are you really successful or you're just rich? The journey of self-discovery is something that we really need to also look at. You need to understand that you have your own unique path, which is not the same path as the next person. I've already said that, right? But you need to embrace your journey. We are so focused on what society thinks is the right path to success. Society will tell you, you need to go to school, we go to university. After university, get a job. After you get a job, you get a husband. After you get a husband, you what? And then you have attained happiness if you have followed that path. But then that path is just how society views it, but it really is it your path. You need to understand the uniqueness of your path. You need to understand the things that you are supposed to achieve on your own, the things that you really like, the things that you think are best for you, the things that you that are so unique to your own world. So you need to really look into that. And I'm not saying plan out your whole path. I'm like, I'm going to do this. No. Leave it all to Christ, how it will go. But you can have dreams, you can have goals that are specific and unique to you. Everyone might be telling you, everyone else is doing this, everyone else is doing that. But is it really something that you want to do? It might not be. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy. You might have people moving away from you because they're thinking your path is too unique for their liking, or it doesn't follow the right path that they think you should be taking in your life. People pushing you down, people looking down on you because to them they think your path is very foolish. They think your path is not the way you are supposed to. You have so much potential. I hate that word. You have so much potential. You should be doing this. You should be doing that. No, yes, I understand that. But I have my own passions. I have my own things that I want to attain. I have my own unique path that I think I should be getting. Therefore, it will take its own time, even if it will take more years than this path that you think I should have gotten. Therefore, I'm still going to continue in that path. You are allowed to have that kind of dream. You're allowed to stand your ground. Be that person that stands your ground. Be that person that is I understand the path that you have for me, but this is who I am. This is who I want to be. This is the purpose that I want to have in my life. And this is what I'm going to do. I understand you have this path which is going to be easy, but I'm choosing to take this one which will be harder for me, and therefore attend the things that will make me the happiest. Because I might not be successful in your eyes, or my path might look foolish to you, right? Because you'll be like, you could have attained this and that and that. But to me, the whole journey is all about getting whatever it is that I am really going to get, and really understanding all the things that I'm going to get. The other thing is, how would you measure, or how would you say I have attained my purpose? The thing is, most of the time we tend to judge how we have attained our goals, how you think I have made it in life by external validation. If someone comes to me and be like, you're strong, if someone comes to me and be like, you are a success, that's how I have the validation, because of if someone who's outside has validated my life, therefore I have made it. If therefore no one has validated who I am, therefore I haven't attained the things that I want to attain, because we're now looking at external validation. We are looking to other people to validate us, looking to other people to tell us that we have succeeded, looking to other people to tell us we are okay, looking to other people, and if we do not get that, we are going to keep on working ourselves up until someone validates us at some point. That is not the mindset that we should be having. We should be having a way in such a way that you have your own personal milestones. You have your own personal, if I attain this, then I have achieved something. If I've attained, get this milestone, second milestone, and you need to have your own in such a way that if you hit that, if you get there, if you hit that milestone, you say, I have made it. You celebrate that small win, and you hit that other milestone. You have to look into the kind of goals that you have set. You have to look into your thing instead of waiting for external validation. It should be internal validation, looking to you to say, if I attain this, then I've achieved this. If I attain this, because you cannot base your life on external validation. You cannot base your life on what other people will say about you. You should not base your life on looking into other people like, if this one says this, then I'm good. If this one says this, then I'm good. No, you need to look at yourself and be like, I am good. I'm a girl. I have done it. Because we do not need other people to validate our lives, because they might not get what you're going through or how you're getting there. They do not have your vision in mind. To them, they want to align you to something that their visions or goals are, and then they start to weigh you in that way. You do not have to wait for those external validation. So you set your own goals. And be like, I'm going to attain this. It's okay if you get derailed along the way and you get a detour for you to be able to achieve your goals. Or you get to a point where you be like, you know what, I know I had those goals before, But then I am thinking at this point where I am in my life, I'm going to rethink, reshape them in some way and shift, because I thought I was going this way, but then I'm seeing that no, I do not want to go this way. I am allowed to realign them, reshape them in a way, and have other goals, have other set milestones that I can achieve, and therefore look at my life and say, if I've achieved this, then I am celebrating this win. If I've achieved this, then I'm celebrating this win. That is how the whole purpose is all about. Because if we really are to look at it and you be like, my purpose in life is to be this and that and that. If you are looking to what society thinks your purpose should be like, or what other people think your purpose should be like, you're not really attaining your purpose. You're really attaining someone else's purpose along the way, and you might not get fulfilled along the way. So, you do not have to. Do not have to follow the status quo. You do not have to follow the rules that are set out by everyone else. You can be whomever you want to be. You can be however you want to be. You can move mountains in that way that you're thinking about. Maybe your mind works in another way that other people's minds do not work. It's okay. You need to embrace yourself. You need to embrace the kind of journey that you're taking and celebrate along the way. The whole journey is going to be long. Imagine if you say, maybe my milestone will be buying a house. That's what I assume success is all about. If I buy 3 houses, you know how long the mortgage is? The mortgage is 20 years. So are you going to celebrate at the end of 20 years? And then along the way, you've been paying every month. Celebrate that you have paid that monthly installment. Celebrate, girl, I've done it. I'm so happy. No, look into celebrating those small wins. Look into realigning your life. Look into your life and achieve the kind of goals that you want to achieve. Look into the kind of life that you want to achieve. And it's okay. Realign your goals if it gets to a point where you be like, what? Take on that things that scare you, but you still want to achieve in life. Because, whatever someone says is not important. It's all about you at the end of 70 years, at your deathbed, and be like, I've achieved whatever it is that I have achieved. I'm so grateful for the life that I've lived. Because if you are, our life is short and it's only once. Imagine if you had to live a life for someone else. Would that be enough? So you need to live a life that is for you. You need to live a life that will make you happy. You need to live a life that you feel my purpose has been achieved in this way. When I was looking at it, I was like, I've never achieved my purpose, so what? But then when I was really evaluating and looking back at all the things that I've done along the way, I feel like I am on the journey and I'm going towards the purpose that I have in life. So that's all that I had for you today. And I hope that you realize your purpose and you will not let other people derail you. And if you get to a point where you feel like you're at a standstill, you are allowed to realign your life. You're allowed to reshape and rethink how you think your life should be like, and then go towards that goal. Celebrate the milestones, celebrate the small wins, celebrate along the way, celebrate yourself, and make sure that God is in control of everything else in your life. That way, you will be all right, girl. Our girl. So that's all that I had for you today, and I hope that you really enjoyed this episode. Like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me what you think of this episode. So see you next time. Bye.